Hey everybody, welcome back to BobkeTV. Well, the first Grand Tour of the season is on the horizon, the Giro d'Italia. In my career, it was great to be a part of a winning effort. I'm not going to tell you what year that was. It was a long time ago. 1988, but the Giro, absolutely spectacular bike race. Calories burned, it might be the toughest of all the Grand Tours. The honor of being the most difficult athletic contest on earth stays with the Tour de France, but the Giro d'Italia, the race for the pink jersey, an absolutely glorious race. I'm going to do a preview in two parts. The second part, the course and the sprinters, and this part, the GC contenders. I'm going to give you the podium real quick. Alejandro Valverde, Mikel Landa, and Vincenzo Nibali. Not necessarily in that order. But beginning with Alejandro Valverde, 18 Grand Tours in his career, one win in the Vuelta, one podium in the Tour de France, but making his Giro d'Italia debut. At the young age of 35 years old, Alejandro Valverde will be doing his first Giro d'Italia. Valverde is having a great season. He seems to continue to get better and better. I think the Giro really will accentuate his talents as a bike racer. Fantastic tactically, great climber, especially on punchy, steep climbs. That the Giro is going to feature many of those this year. More on that in a second. A great bike handler, fantastic descender. His team never let him down, and he delivers. I think Valverde is going to have a great Giro d'Italia. It's a little bit surprising to me that it's his debut, but be that as it may, he has a great chance to win, and I would not be surprised if he wound up on the podium. Maybe not quite the top step, but it'll be great to see how Valverde does in the Giro d'Italia. Giro, a little bit different than the Tour and the Vuelta, much more narrow roads, very technical courses, tough every day. Even the sprint stages feature a lot of very technical, small, twisty-turny roads, which suits Alejandro Valverde to a T, and his talents as a bike racer should lend themselves very well to the upcoming Giro. Mikel Landa, he was on the Astana team last year, a big transfer in the winter as a replacement of Richie Porte. Mikel Landa came over to the Sky team after finishing third in last year's Giro and winning 2 mountaintop finishes while on Astana and in the support of Fabio Aru. So Landa being given his first chance to lead a team in a Grand Tour, and Team Sky brings a very powerful squad to help Mikel Landa win this edition to the Giro. Landa got off to a little bit of a rough start this year with some health issues, but those seem to have been cleared away, and he just won the Giro del Trentino a few weeks ago, which is one of the last preparation races for the Giro, one of the most important prep races for the Giro d'Italia. Helped in the Trentino, as he will be in this upcoming Giro, by Ian Boswell, a rider from the United States who's been on the Sky team for a number of years, and he's going to be on the team that tries to help Mikel Landa win this year's Giro. So best of luck to the Sky guys and Mikel Landa. But I think the man most likely to win this year's Giro, and the man I'm picking for the win, is Vincenzo Nibali. He won the Giro back in 2013. He went for the Tour de France the last couple of years rather than the Giro, and actually won the Tour in 2014. 2015 was not a great Tour de France for the defending champion, but he did get a very lovely stage win in the mountains, and peaking for the Giro is Vincenzo Nibali. Astana, his team, is going to race for Fabio Aru during this year's Tour de France. Aru is going to be the defended leader of the Astana squad, so that gives Vincenzo Nibali a chance to go back to his home tour, his home roads in Italy, and try to win the Giro d'Italia again. And I think, looking at the course, there's some long time trials that will suit him a lot better than Mikel Landa. If there's one Achilles heel, one knock against Landa, it's the long individual time trials he's struggled with in the past. There's a 40-kilometer time trial in Chianti, 10K time trial to start with, and a hill climbing time trial about 2/3 of the way through the Giro this year. So all of those time trial miles, the technical nature of the course, the hard climbs, the duration, and the fact that the Astana team will be dedicated 100% to Vincenzo Nibali. He has the experience, the motivation. I believe Nibali is the hot favorite to win the Giro again. Vincenzo Nibali for the win. A couple of honorable mentions. Rigoberto Urán will lead the Cannondale squad. Urán's finished second in the Giro before, and probably has his best chance to win a Grand Tour in the Giro that starts on Saturday. Urán, very solid against the clock, an exceptional climber, like a lot of Colombian racers are. Most of them are very good climbers, and a completely 100% dedicated team of Cannondale riders around Rigoberto Urán, giving him perhaps his best chance to win a Grand Tour in his career. Watch for Urán to be very competitive. Another honorable mention's got to be Tom Dumoulin. Tom Dumoulin, a real revelation in last year's Vuelta, leading the race till the penultimate day, and a long, like I said before, time trial in Chianti, and another 10Ks to start up in the Netherlands. So the first 3 stages, Dumoulin will have his home fans cheering for him in the Netherlands, and said before the start, one of the reasons he's come to the Giro is because of the start in the Netherlands with the time trial. If Dumoulin is peaking for this year's Giro, which he said he is trying to win the overall title, he'll be a force to reckon with, especially because of the long time trial in the middle up in Chianti. Dark horse. I'll give you one name of a rider that I don't know has been mentioned very often in the pre-race favorites, but Ilnur Zakarin from the Katusha squad will be the leader of the Russian outfit, Katusha, at this year's Giro. And Zakarin, a big star in the making. He had a stage win taken away by the race jury recently at the Tour of Romandie in favor of Nairo Quintana. And if that disappointment is stuck in his craw as it should be, and he's out for some revenge, the Giro is a great place to get that. Ilnur Zakarin, he's a fantastic stage racer, solid against the clock, one of the best climbers in the business, under the radar, not a lot of pressure resting on his shoulders, as narrow as they might be. But he is one of the outside dark horse favorites. The length, the 3-week duration as a younger professional might be his undoing, but I think Zakarin will have a great Giro also. Most certainly a couple of stage wins, at least one in the mountains. So those are your 6 names to keep track of. And if you have some that I've forgotten or did not mention that you feel strongly about, please share them in the comments section. Subscriptions, thumbs up. Got to have the thumbs up. Keep them coming. Follow me on Twitter and Facebook. And for the next Giro preview, I'm going to go over the course, the sprinters, and maybe a historical anecdote from my days in the Giro d'Italia. I wouldn't say lucky enough, but I did do probably the greatest, most epic, most noteworthy stage in the history of the Giro, and did not perish. So that's next from BobkeTV. Thanks a lot for watching. For the UCI to push for disc brakes, something else must be going on. And I would love for the UCI to say why they're so adamant that the professional peloton use disc brakes. Brian Cookson, it's up to you. Please tell us why. Brakes that are on the bikes now work perfectly well. Why are disc brakes such an important agenda for the UCI in spite of a lot of contradictory information coming from the organization?